Being a Sigma is not just a personality trait. It is a way of life that separates individuals from mainstream society. It's like going through a parallel dimension where social norms and expectations don't always match your own values and principles. In this realm, Sigma people often find themselves navigating a maze of social interactions where they encounter quizzical looks and whispered conversations. Even in their closest circle of comrades, Sigma men can't shake the feeling that they are odd, as if they operate on a completely different wavelength. Their preference for forging their own path, rather than following traditional paths, often earns them labels of eccentricity or nonconformity. But for Sigma personalities, conformity is not the currency they trade. Instead, they thrive in the freedom to explore unknown territories of thought and action. This unfettered independence may draw admiration from some, but it can also draw attention and skepticism from those who struggle to understand their unorthodox ways. Despite their indifference to the opinions of others, the men of Sigma are not immune to the strange experiences associated with their unique disposition. Every Sigma person walks a path less traveled, full of challenges and revelations, from enduring the penetrating gaze of curious onlookers to weathering the storm of criticism to daring to deviate from the norm. What are the unusual experiences that each Sigma man encounters on his journey? Let's delve into the complexity of their world, where every step bears witness to determination, defiance, and an unwavering spirit of individuality. Critical attitude. Facing criticism just because you are not like everyone else. We all get judged sometimes, but when you're a Sigma, it seems like people are always judging you for yourself. They might think you're weird because you do things differently than others. They may even question your choice of how you live or what you believe because it is not the same as theirs. It can be hard to make a difference, especially when people are quick to judge who you are and what you're interested in. Sigma men may not care about fitting in, but it's still annoying to always be judged for who they are. But more than that, it helps them figure out who really belongs in their lives. The people who accept them and like their unique qualities are the ones worth keeping too. Others think we're not good enough. Sigma men often find themselves underestimated or taken seriously by others when they share their unique ideas. Instead of excitement, they are often met with laughter or disbelief. This happens because they think differently and don't follow the crowd. Sometimes people don't take their ideas seriously, which can be frustrating, especially when the same ideas are later accepted and praised by others. Sigma men do not seek confirmation from others, but are disappointed when loved ones do not take them seriously. 3. People looked at them as if they had done something wrong. They notice people's strange looks even when they have done nothing wrong. People see them as different, so they look. It feels like they are being watched all the time. People are curious about Sigma men, but because they are so unique, most people don't understand them. This leads to a judgmental look, which can be frustrating. It's not that Sigma men are dangerous, but because they are independent, it can be scary. Others find them complicated in a conventional way that makes others feel uncomfortable. This gives the impression that they are breaking the rules or doing something wrong, which leads to constant staring. 4. Men envy them and want to be like them. Some guys secretly want to be like Sigmas, even if they don't say so. They admire the men of Sigma and wish they could be just as free-spirited. These guys are stuck in their normal routines and want the freedom that Sigma has. But they also annoy the pigs because they don't understand how they can be so independent and not connected to society. It's like love-hate, and sometimes it's hard to understand. Sigma men don't have many close friends or followers, but they still get noticed. They seem mysterious and elusive, which is why they find them interesting, even if they don't always understand them. 5. Marked for dating. Sigma men are hard to understand because they keep to themselves and don't always behave as expected. They blend in and stand out at the same time, making it difficult for others to understand them. They don't seek attention, but they still get noticed. People often see them as a mystery, even though they know them well. Sigma men have a serious face, making it difficult to know what they are feeling or thinking. Some people think they are cold, but they are simply selective about who they share their feelings with. They care about who they trust and value their privacy. 6. Feelings of rejection. Sigma men often feel like outsiders, even when they meet people they know well, even in familiar places or with longtime friends. They seem to be looking at life from the outside, like a bird on a windowsill. They are there, but they don't feel like they fit. It's not that they're unhappy or don't want to be there. They just see things differently, which makes them feel like they're on the sidelines instead of in the center. They often wonder if they are the only ones who see things this way. Although it is not the best feeling, they are used to it. They have learned to accept their uniqueness and find comfort in it. This sets them apart and helps them succeed in areas where others may struggle. Although they may feel like an outsider at times, this is just part of their special personality. Being different isn't always a bad thing, especially in a world where everyone wants to blend in. 7. Trying to connect with traditional masculinity. Many men look up to alpha males and try to be like them. They think alpha means being the best guy. They want to be tough and strong like alphas, but not all men want to be alphas. Sigma men are different. They don't believe that being a man means being tough or bossy. Society says real men are alpha, so Sigma men feel like they don't belong. They are still men, but in their own way. They are not trying to beat the alpha. Alphas like power and status. Sigma men want to grow as people and be themselves. They don't have to prove that they are men. It might make them less masculine for some people, but that's just a stereotype. Sigma men can be different. They don't have to follow the rules to be manly. While many men display their masculinity as strong and powerful, Sigma men display it as intelligent, creative, and independent. 8. Their strong belief in themselves can make others uncomfortable. Confidence is often seen as a good thing, but it can make others uncomfortable. Sigma men naturally have confidence, but they don't show it. They are independent and self-sufficient, therefore they feel comfortable. They don't need the approval of others to feel good about themselves. It may sound scary to some people, but that's what Sigma men are. They are not trying to impress anyone, and their confidence is not misplaced. It's just part of their personality. This can make some people feel insecure because Sigma men don't need validation like most people. They have already accepted themselves. For those who are used to being the center of attention or having power, this can be difficult to accept. Although Sigma men do not want to make others uncomfortable, their confidence can sometimes have that effect. But they don't have to apologize for being themselves. It is simply a consequence of their truth mind. Spotting trends before others do. Sigma men don't spend all their time reading fashion magazines or endlessly scrolling through social media, but they are really good at spotting trends before others do. They seem to have a special sense of what will be popular next, whether it is a new style, technique, or idea. Sigma people think for themselves and pay attention to everything around them. They are curious, always looking for patterns and connections. This helps them see the big picture and predict what will happen next. Others care about the latest fashions, but Sigmas are trendsetters, not followers. They may not want attention, but they can spot trends early. Their unusual thoughts and lifestyle help them see things that others miss. 10. Considered dangerous. The men of Sigma continue to navigate a world that often struggles to understand who they are, and there are signs of authenticity and individuality. Their refusal to conform to social forms challenges the status quo and sparks a debate about the true meaning of freedom and self-expression. But amid whispers of uncertainty and suspicious glances, the people of Sigma remain steadfast in their commitment to chart their own path, undaunted by cries of conformity. For those who find comfort in the familiarity of routines and the predictability of norms, the enigmatic nature of Sigma men can be confusing. Their unwavering self-confidence and innocent search for personal truth is a poignant reminder of the limitless potential that lies beyond the boundaries of convention. But instead of seizing the opportunity to explore new horizons, some may retreat in fear, seeing Sigma's people as disruptors of the status quo rather than pioneers of change. But it is this resistance to conformity that allows Sigma men to find their way in a world that often tends to confine them to predefined roles and expectations. Their persistence in the face of adversity and unwavering belief in individual willpower is a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. So as the men of Sigma continue to navigate the maze of social expectations and move forward in their journey of self-discovery, let us not judge or give in to fear, but embrace the richness and diversity of the human experience. Because it is in celebrating our differences that we truly begin to understand the beauty of individuality and the limitless potential that lies within each of us.